I'm not going to waste your time. Look, Mr. Brown always recording these calls. Look, um, you could be anywhere, but you chose to be here with us. So I definitely going to respect that time, and I will give you my all, my effort um, that I can. My name is Damon. I mean Meadows. I am here in Atlanta, Georgia. I have been with this company I'm getting ready to present to you all for 3.5 years. I've been through the ups, the downs, the trials, the tribulations. And I will say, with all honesty, I don't do no fluff. I don't do no hype, that network marketing stuff. I've seen these gentlemen and women be true leaders, meaning when it was hard decisions to make, they made those hard decisions. When the people were in disarray because of a shift or a date not being met, they stayed the course. Sometimes to the effect where Hakan Torhan, I mean, is he's the leader, he's the founder of the company, where even the closest people to him didn't understand the moves that he was making. But Hakan is no less than a genius. When I say that, I'm saying this with all honesty. This man comes from a banking world, and he has literally put something together tonight for you and I to change the financial status of our entire family. Listen to me, you guys. He has literally gave us an opportunity to change the financial status of each and every one of us. So, a private chat here with your info. Uh, I'm low tech, high check, Mr. Brown. I don't know how to do oh, y'all can private message me, y'all. If you private message me, I'll send you the information to get the shirts. Listen, I'm low tech, high check. I don't claim to be a techie dude, but you want a shirt, private message me on this chat, or you can get with me on Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp. I'm all over the place. So with that being said, I'm going to talk about a company today that I am extremely excited to introduce because this company has changed not only my life, but my family's lives to the point that nobody in my family will be financially struggling anymore. And I'm proud to say that because we don't get this opportunity a lot, especially in network marketing, because it's a lot of money grabs. And me and Mr. Brown was together today. We were talking about just that, how this industry is like bittersweet to the point where these companies don't respect us as, and I need to talk. I mean, like, this ain't no regular, I got to speak from the heart. That's the only way I know how to do it, y'all. These owners of these companies take advantage of people like myself, like you, from our hard work and determination and our money. They don't really care about that. So this company, these individuals, starting with Hakan Torhan, Michael Thurr, Ray Vidrio, Raquel, and so many more. Crypto Ken, everybody. Got to talk about the staff too now. They are working tirelessly to make sure you and I have a stable and solid situation to rest our career on. So this company I'm going to talk about is called Miracle Cash and More. Miracle Cash and More is not an MLM company. This company is literally over 8 years old.
Company for quotes.
And I'm going to allow this brief video to elaborate just on the basics, the basis of this company structure so we can have a better understanding of who we're dealing with. So with that being said,
Dear Bellator family, we wanted to share some key insights to help you better understand the true value of the opportunity you are part of, the foundation of Miracle Cash and more. Miracle Cash and More began its journey in 2017 with a clear vision to become a global fintech powerhouse, not just a traditional bank. Our starting point was the development of a core banking system, also known as a switch in the financial industry. This system consists of millions of lines of code. It took 3 years and over $5 million to develop. We built a mid-level core banking system from the ground up. Why is this significant? Because we own the technology. We are not leasing or dependent on third parties, which saves costs and provides flexibility. When you invest your time in a company, that company should deserve your time and effort by providing real sustainable value. What has the company invested to create an opportunity for you? Who is the actual customer? If it's just you, then it's not a real business. It's a cycle destined to fail. Most crypto MLMs have failed because they start with a compensation plan and then pick a product that fits. Their focus isn't on solving real-world problems, but on making quick money. That's not sustainable. Miracle Cash and More is not an MLM. It's a fintech company offering real services to merchants. Bellator is the marketing arm, designed to help expand Miracle's reach. This gives us the best of both worlds. A company with real products and services. A network marketing structure to help spread the word and reward those who grow the network.
ladies and gentlemen, did we understand? Do we understand what we just said? Because the first thing that hit me, and this is why I'm so humbled and thankful at the same time, because we're talking about a company that literally started in 2017. We're not talking about a new company. We're not talking about a company that's just starting. We're not talking about a company who need to work out the kinks as far as the structure is concerned. That's not it over here. We have physical brick and mortars. And why, when I say physical brick and mortars, I need us to see if we really understand that in totality by itself. And I'm trying to find a video while I'm talking to you. Because once we see certain things, some people are visual like myself. I'm a visual individual. Because if I can see something, I can understand it better. So when I seen Miracle Cash and More and what we bringing to the table that nobody else is bringing, nobody else has. When I say nobody, ladies and gentlemen, I really mean nobody. And this is one of the things that blew my mind. We have physical brick and mortar crypto exchange stores in different countries throughout the world. This one right here I'm going to show you is in the heart of Amsterdam on one of the busiest streets in Amsterdam, ladies and gentlemen. So think about this. Put your business hats on for a minute. In order for you to have a physical location, you have to be licensed and regulated and above ground business. So we don't have to worry about the SEC. We don't have to worry about the new MiCA laws is coming. We are abiding by the crypto laws in every state that we enter. This would blew my mind, ladies and gentlemen.
of course, Amsterdam is one of the most exciting cities in the world, so that goes without saying. But we plan to open stores in every big city, as many as we can throughout the world. So any country that we're in, we're going to, of course, go to the most important city of the country first. Then we may do a few others. So our company actually was launched in North Cyprus. So that's where we've had stores for many years now. But our intention was to have that as to be our first market to learn about the industry. But our intention was always to go international. So we also now have 2 stores in Germany. One is complete and open, and we have another one under construction. And then this is our 3rd store in Europe. We plan to go to France, we plan to go to Spain, UK, Italy, Belgium, Luxembourg, and then the rest of Europe as well.
So that right there changed the game for me, ladies and gentlemen. It changed the game for me because I've never seen a crypto exchange in a real world. I seen Binance on the internet. I seen crypto.com on the internet. I seen all these exchanges on the internet. But to go inside a store and talk to a real person, can touch a real person, can have a conversation, not AI, not a computer, a real person with for my real money. That allowed me to bring down my defense because I was leery. I'm just gonna be perfectly honest with you. I was leery of the crypto world. Because I told you, look, I couldn't even understand Zoom a little bit, but I told you I'm low tech, high check, but I understand business. And I understand I have to go follow the money. When you see BlackRock, but those who don't know who BlackRock is, please Google that tonight. BlackRock is the biggest asset holder in America. They buy billion-dollar companies. These are the elite. Ladies and gentlemen, at one time, they were against crypto. JP Morgan Chase was against crypto. See, they want us to look that way when they was looking this way, acquiring cryptocurrency. You can Google everything I'm telling you. The world's largest crypto holders, I think the top 3 or 4 are American-based businesses. BlackRock, JP Morgan Chase are in the top. Why do I say that? I say that because a lot of us take what these people say as golden, when in actuality, and I like talking. I told you I don't do traditional because I have to explain this stuff, and I don't want you to think this just I'm just talking. Everything I'm saying is a point because the information I'm going to share tonight, you can't just run through it. I'm going to introduce you to a world of fintech banking on the blockchain. This has never been done. Never before has laymen's like you and I have been able to financially benefit from not only the banking world, but on a blockchain that has never happened. Let me explain what I mean. And I always like to give this example. I think 95% of the people on this call, if not 100%, you used your debit card today. This is a Chase debit card. You tap, swipe, or inserted your card today. Today, 99.9% of us on this call, one way, whether it's from gas, lunch, breakfast, dinner, whatever, Uber Eats, Uber, whatever, you used our debit card or credit card. Have you ever thought how many people get paid from that one tap, swipe, or insert that you just did? I'm flashing my number on there. Hold up. Ladies and gentlemen, have you thought about how many people get paid? You think Chase the only ones that get paid when I tap this card? Not at all. Not at all, ladies and gentlemen. Chase Bank is not the only ones that get paid from this transaction. Why do you say that, Mr. Meadows? I'm happy you asked. Because we created the same and better system that you, I, and everybody we know use every single day. But we created, when I say we talking about this company called Miracle Pay. I mean, Miracle Cash and More. They created a core ecosystem that allowed everything on a financial level to plug in to the brain, the switch that they created. What do you mean by that, Mr. Meadows? That means you can use your debit cards, you can use your credit cards, you can use your bank wire, you can use your ATM machine, you can use the POS system, you can use a physical location to tap, swipe, insert. You can use an app to pay. Ladies and gentlemen, I don't need you to overthink this. We're familiar with the traditional banking system like this Chase debit card because we use it every day without thinking how many people get paid when I do that. I'm going to introduce you tonight a way that's going to break down the same and better transactions, how you can get paid every time somebody uses cryptocurrency in almost every business in the world. I am not exaggerating. I am not fluffing. I'm not doing that network marketing hype stuff. We have a chance to get into the fintech bank world on a blockchain. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the future. Listen to me. Bellator. You cannot understand Bellator without understanding Miracle Cash and More. I'm not a financial advisor. Please seek financial expertise before you invest because every investment has a risk. So we don't guarantee anything. But I will tell you this, men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. This presentation cannot be copywritten or anything like that because it can't be copied, whatever, because it's copyright. Everything is trademarked. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm just getting to the nitty gritty. Right here, this would change my life when it came to this opportunity. What I just showed you was the grand opening that's the address of our physical location in Amsterdam. We got some in Cyprus. We all over the world. Ladies and gentlemen, you can go there. You can call, talk to a real person. Everything. Everything. It's a real store. But what I want you to put your mind around is this right here. See that right there? Miracle Cash and More has literally created their own ecosystem on a blockchain. They created a core banking system that allows us to do everything that the traditional banking services does in the real world that we know of now, but on a more secure, transparent, manipulating, not using broke people like us on a and using our money and not giving us the proper funds that we deserve for using our money to make money. Because that's all the banks do. They use our money to make money and give us pennies. I'm talking about pennies on the dollars. I need y'all to be mad about that. Why you say that, Mr. Meadows? Because if you think about who owned the banking system, and we're going deep right now, it's the Rothschilds, the Rockefellers, and all them. That's who created this system. Do you think you had a chance to get any money from that traditional banking system? I need us to put our big boy hats on for a minute. You don't have a clue. This system that they created, we don't get any money from it. We're the consumers. We put our money into their banking system and we allow them to make trillions of dollars. And you know what we are? We're happy that they gave us a credit card or a debit card. They done tricked us to the point, and I'm just being totally transparent. They tricked us to the point that we're thanking them for allowing us to use our money. When I started learning about what Miracle Cash and More really did for us, it first I was mad because I realized how manipulating this traditional banking system is. They make trillions of dollars off the back of us, poor people. That's a fact. Then to not really give us the opportunity to make a little bit of the money, just a little bit. But Miracle Cash and More has took that traditional banking structure, multiplied it by 1,000%, put it on Web3, the blockchain, where it's totally transparent to the point where in a few hours, anybody that dealt with our company 8 years ago who lost a wallet, listen to me, who may have lost a wallet. Think about what I'm telling y'all. You know, in crypto, you lose a wallet, it's over with. You're done. It's over with. Your crypto is gone. But being that the fact that we're going on Web3 and everything this company ever did is now on Web3, we can connect you back to everything you ever did with this company. Why do I say that? Because there's people who've been with us years ago. When things were rocky, they left. Oh, this company said this and they said that. But guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Micah said this last Saturday. Saturday just passed. Even the people that's mad at us are going to be extremely happy with us. Know why? Because we kept our word. With business, we don't understand the intricate details about doing the right thing for the big picture. People thinking about right now, we're not thinking about right now. We're thinking about 30 years from now. This is the opportunity I'm talking about to you tonight. This, if you're looking for a money grab, this ain't it. You can get off the Zoom. This is not it. If you're looking for longevity, if you're looking for financial security, financial freedom, stay on this Zoom because these couple minutes are well worth your time. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, let me show you what this switch is that I keep talking about, which makes us different than any other company out there.
Think about a child you love. Now take away their clean.
Many people don't have the experience to evaluate real opportunities. That's why we're committed to educating you while also sharing the potential of our company. We're not just another crypto project. We are a real company with real customers delivering real services. This document is for you to help you recognize the difference between a fleeting opportunity and something that is truly deserving of your time and effort. We're proud to say we're just getting started. With our infrastructure in place, we're ready to scale globally. In the world of transactional finance, a switch, also known as a core banking system, is the central infrastructure that manages and routes financial transactions between different entities such as banks, payment processors, merchants, and card networks. When a customer swipes their card, taps their phone, or makes an online payment, the transaction request is generated and sent to the switch. The switch acts as the middleman. It receives the transaction data and routes it to the correct financial institution, e.g. the customer's bank, for authorization. Once the issuing bank processes the request, either approving or declining the transaction, the switch relays the response back to the point of sale, POS, terminal, or online platform almost instantly. After authorization, the switch helps settle the transaction, ensuring the funds are correctly transferred from the customer's bank to the merchant's account. The switch ensures transactions are secure, encrypted, and compliant with financial regulations like PCI DSS for card payments and KYC AML protocols for anti-fraud measures.
So do we see right there all the things that go into that one tap, swipe, insert? We have to understand that traditionally, we don't even think about that stuff. We just trust that the bank that we deal with has our money on these cards. And when we tap our card, we know how much money we got, and we just get what we want. That's as far as 99.9% of us think. We never think how much money they getting made. Who's getting paid from that? I'm great. Open your eyes. Did you see what the switch is? It not only validates. It says don't see how. Oh, it not only validates the transaction. It protects you from anti-fraud. It makes sure your money is there. It makes sure the process go through. It makes sure the person that got the product or service that you're buying, and make sure it does all that in seconds. Ladies and gentlemen, we built our switch with no third party. We spent over $80 million creating this switch. We're not in debt. I'm going to say that again. We're not in debt. Know what that means? A company of this size, they could have easily went and got venture capitalists. And they, like BlackRock is a venture, they would have easily invested in this company. But know what they would have did? Oh, take the MLM part out. We don't want to deal with that. We're going to give you the money. You don't need that part. We want to make sure we give you the money. We want to make all the money back. Did y'all hear what I just said? I need y'all to understand what I just said. Traditional businesses go to venture capitalists that will cut You out, me out, and we won't see none of that money. Not Miracle Cash and More. Miracle Cash and More. They opened another company called Bellator. This is what we're talking about today, where you and I can receive money every time somebody purchases anything using cryptocurrency and our technology. Well, what you mean, Mr. Meadows? We've partnered with 4 major companies. The contracts are signed. The deal is set. The technology already been tested in their terminals. I'm going to repeat that again. The contracts are signed. The testing has already been approved. One of those companies are Egenical. Did y'all hear what I just said? Well, who is Egenical, Mr. Meadows? I'm happy you asked. Ladies and gentlemen, Egenical is a company that literally gives businesses like Walmart, like Dunkin' Donuts, like Dollar Tree, and many more, they give them the POS systems that you tap, swipe, or insert your card to accept cryptocurrency. I'm going to let that sink in for a minute. So you mean to tell me, Mr. Mellors, we got to deal with these companies that got millions of other businesses as their customer? Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you. Now, let me give you a little sneak peek about who Egenical is.
In a rapidly evolving world, Ingenico stands at the forefront of innovation, transforming the way payments are accepted, managed, and enhanced, consistently delivering unparalleled value in the commerce ecosystem. Acceptance is the first step towards delivering value. With Ingenico, you can accept payment solutions on any device, anytime, and anywhere. Each interaction is an opportunity to provide value, ensuring convenience and reliability for every transaction. But delivering value doesn't stop here. Ingenico is here to help you manage your entire estate. Our approach goes beyond transactions. It's about optimizing both devices and merchant experience. Growth through purpose-led innovation is our mantra. At Ingenico, we're not just revolutionizing payments. We're enhancing the entire experience of commerce. From advanced payment methods to data insights and partner integration, every step we take is aimed at adding value, helping you thrive in a rapidly changing market. Ingenico, where accept, manage, and enhance converge to create a brighter and valuable future for commerce around the world.
Ladies and gentlemen, you just seen a company that's over 30 years old. That's a multi-billion-dollar company. Guess what that company needed? Our services. What is the services that they needed from us, ladies and gentlemen? Because we created the switch, the service that we provided for this multi-billion-dollar company that they did not have was those terminals that you see how they was paying with their watch, they was playing with their headphones, they paying with their hand. They got chips in people's hands. You pay your hand. Guess what they didn't have? I need y'all to get this for a minute. This little company called Miracle Cash and More they couldn't accept all the top cryptocurrencies. Y'all hear what I just said? We providing the service to allow these mega companies, Walmart, Dunkin' Donuts, Dollar Tree, even Enterprise, MGM Grand, the casino. We were just in the rent-a-car place, me and Derek Dixie. When I was paying for the rent-a-car, I was like, "Yo, this Verifone. We got a company. We got a contract with Verifone too. All these companies that you tap, swipe, or insert your card every day. Guess what they don't have? They don't have the technology to accept all forms of cryptocurrency, the top cryptocurrencies. Our company provided that for them. We got a company called Miracle Pay that's under the umbrella of Miracle Cash, which provides the technology for these merchants to accept cryptocurrency to their clients. Ladies and gentlemen, this is identical. Look how many POS systems that they have throughout the world. They got over 40 million. I ain't even going to talk about they got over 2,500 payment apps. Identical company is a company that allows other companies to pay for their goods and services. And guess who enhanced them? What you mean, Mr. Meadows? We enhanced their service. But what do you mean? They're already a billion-dollar company. See, when you're at this level, you want to be above your competitor. So if their competitor can't accept cryptocurrency in their terminals, when Identical partner with us, what that's going to do to them? That's going to raise them above their competitor. Why? Because now they can offer Walmart, who has Identical terminals, they can offer Walmart, now you can accept cryptocurrency. Why would Walmart do that? Why? Because now more customers who want to pay in crypto are going to be able to do so thanks to our company. When people go to Dollar Tree, why would Dollar Tree want to accept cryptocurrency for their customers? Why? Because it's going to bring more people in their stores. Ladies and gentlemen, we answered a real world problem. Mr. Meadows. Well, what does that got to do with me? How is that benefiting me? I'm happy you asked. Ladies and gentlemen, Bellator, the company I'm talking about, we have a technology through our company right here. This is our company, Miracle Pay. This company right here. Miracle Pay is one of the companies under the umbrella of Miracle Cash and more. That Miracle Pay is really a miracle because it allows you to pay in cryptocurrency. That's Miracle Pay, ladies and gentlemen. But again, how does that benefit me, Mr. Meadows? I'm on a call. I hear you. Okay, Miracle Cash and more, they allowing merchants to accept cryptocurrency. I get that. But how does that benefit me, Mr. Meadows? I'm happy you asked. Because we have a technology called CPU nodes. CPU nodes validate every single transactions that those major companies do. Well, what do you mean, Mr. Meadows? Ladies and gentlemen, let's say I go in Walmart and I use not this card, because this is not a crypto debit card, but I'm going to use my crypto debit card and tap, swipe, or insert and pay for my goods with crypto. Guess what happens? Remember the switch, and it does everything in seconds? That switch will initiate my CPU node to validate the transaction. Without my CPU node, the transaction won't get validated. So in order for my transaction to get validated, they got to pay me because I own a CPU node. This is the technology that this company allowed you and I. Remember, I went back and said they never allowed the layman's into this $1 trillion industry until now. Because if you own a CPU node, whether it's a $600 half node, a $1,200 full node, three for 3,600, seven CPU nodes for 8,400, 10 or whatever, how many you ever buy? Each one of those CPU nodes validate every transaction. And because we're the sole owner of this technology, we get paid every single day for the rest of our life. Ladies and gentlemen, you've never seen anything close or comparable to this. Why you say that, Mr. Meadows? Because we're the first. I need y'all to look at me when I say this. We're the first fintech company to have a core banking system on the blockchain. What does that mean on a blockchain? That means total transparency. Well, why is that important? Let me share with you this. That's important because remember Kim Kardashian, Justin Timberlake, whatever his name is. Remember all those celebrities was pumping that coin, that whatever it was, and the company did a rug pull. They took all the money out of it. Then the celebrities were like, "Oh, I was just marketing. I didn't know." They was running. But being that this company is on the blockchain with total transparency, with no human involvement, that could never happen to us. Hakan Torhan, who was the founder and CEO, guess what? He can't do a rug pull on us. So that soothes me as a person who put up my hard-earned money, knowing that this company can't run off with my money like we done seen in all these crypto scams and money grabs. People called me the other day about a susu just on the blockchain. I said, man, that's a susu. No, it's not a susu. I mean, it is a susu. It's a susu just on the blockchain. You can put lipstick on a pig. You can dress a pig up. You can put a wig on a pig. At the end of the day, it's still a pig. That's a fact. I don't want my name to be attached to pigs. Ladies and gentlemen, we have something solid here. So let's go back to the CPU node. This CPU node, this is one of our products, one of them. This CPU node validates all the transactions that this company is going to do with Miracle Pay. You see that in the middle? That's our logo for the Phoenic token. We created our own exchange. We got our own technology. We created our own super token. Why do you call it a super token, Mr. Meadows? I'm happy you asked. Because we got 24 companies, and every last one of them use the Phoenix token in one way, shape, or form. We got the first world's cryptocurrency, a crypto casino coming. What you mean, Mr. Meadows? Exactly what I said. We have the world's first crypto casino. You don't believe me? Look. This is a real picture from the crypto casino where they broke ground. Where am I at? All right, I'm sorry. I'm just a little excited. Listen to me. Where we broke ground. This is the crypto casino right here. This is a real picture on the grounds. And the one in the middle is Hakan Torhan, our founder and CEO. Micah is the one with the blue shirt on. He's the founder of Bellator. They partnered up to change our lives. Did you say a crypto casino, Mr. Meadows? Yes, I did. Not only do we have the world's first crypto casino, we have the crypto hotel, residency, and the like. We're doing real world assets, ladies and gentlemen. And guess what? Everything is wrapped around our CPU node. Ladies and gentlemen, let's just talk about these transactions. I'm going to tell you why I'm so excited. Because for the first time, we are in an industry that is no limits to how much money can be made. And I'm not trying to sell you on money because I'm not doing that. But you can't deny it. Like I was just talking to Derek Brown today, and I'm sitting there like, DB, I know that we don't want to just talk about the money, but we got to talk about the money. The reason I said that because in network marketing, I was doing a webinar the other day, and we was talking about an individual that everybody knows is in network marketing. He made about $100 million. Everybody talk about his money because openly, I think he's one of the biggest paid MLMs, if not the most one who made the most money in MLM. He made over $100 million. That's documented. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not saying this for hype. I'm not saying this. I can't deny it. There are going to be people in this company of Bellator who are going to be billionaires. Why? Because of timing. Because of timing. Why do you say that, Mr. Meadows? You know what I always say? Men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. With this CPU node, this is how we get paid. I'm going to go with some numbers now, y'all. Because he talking all this big money. Oh, well, I'm just talking about the reality. The CPU knows validates a transaction. After it validates the transaction, whoever owns a CPU node gets paid for that transaction. I mean, that for validation. You get 80% of that income goes to the CPU owner. 20% is split in the compensation plan. All right, but I don't know what that means, Mr. Meadows. Let me try to break it down to you a little bit simpler. 100 million merchant accounts. I mean, your merchant terminals. Well, how you get 100 million merchant terminals, Mr. Meadows? I'm happy you asked. Agenico got 40 million right here. This ain't come. See, I don't do no hype. I'm gonna show you facts. Agenico got 40 alone. I ain't even talking about their payment apps, 2,500. I ain't even gonna mention that. Verifone has 20 million. Paxi has about 20 million. NRC got about 20. That's over 100 million just in those four. I haven't even mentioned the major e-commerce company that's coming on board with us. I haven't mentioned the 5th largest airline that's coming on board. I haven't mentioned a whole lot of other contracts that's coming on board. Most of them already signed contracts or verbal agreements. But let's just go with the 100 million that we. So 100 million active merchant terminals as CPU on 30% of all transaction fees when they pay in cryptocurrency. Y'all follow me right now? Okay, walk with me. We get 30%. Okay. Let's say out of that 100 million, this is a real scenario. Out of that 100 million, at a $5 a day purchase. And let's do it at 3% of the 100 million. So we do 3% of the 100 million, that's 3 million merchant terminals at a $5 a day purchase. You know, and I know, I got a smoothie today was more than $5. I think the smoothie came up with taxes, it was like $6.75 or something. Don't go to Starbucks and get a $10 cup of coffee. But we just saying a $5 a day purchase. That $5 a day purchase, just with that 3%, those 3 million merchants will bring Miracle Pay $5.4 billion. So we get 30% as CPU node owners split evenly. So that's 1.6 billion that got to be split between everybody who owns a CPU node. Whether you own 1, 2, 3, 4, 10, 20, 30, 50, don't matter. So each node out of that 1.6 billion will get $7,821.43 per node. That's over a 7,000% ROI, return on your investment. Hold up, Mr. Meadows. You mean to tell me that if I was spending $1,200, I could get $7,800 every year for a one-time investment? No other money I have to bring in, no auto ship, no weekly, monthly, yearly, nothing. That's exactly what I'm telling you. But what I'm also telling you is 3% is not even in, that's not even, I'm not even going to play with that. So let's do a little bit more realistic scenario at 10%. But I need y'all to listen to me before I say this. And this coming from me. I don't work for the company. I don't do none of that. Remember, we got 4 contracts that's already signed. Just with those 4 contracts, there's over 100 million POS terminals. Each of those 4 companies has payment apps that could add another couple thousand merchant POSs online. We have the 5th largest airline coming on board. We got a mega e-commerce that everybody know their name that's already on board. We have a one person that owns 4,700 physical brick and mortar stores that they want to accept cryptocurrency. I ain't even talking about them. That's why I say 10% is a joke. But you can't talk about certain big numbers because people don't believe no more. But let's talk about 10%. At 10% with that same $5 scenario, at 10% will bring in $27,000 for every one node at $1,200. That means you invest $1,200 one time. Each node just at 10% will bring in a minimum of $27,000. Listen, numbers don't lie. This is just number. That's why I can always say, art, this is not speculation. This is calculation. I like to do calculation, not speculation. So, Mr. Meadows, you telling me that this company is going to allow me to purchase a CPU node, a full node starting at $1,200, for the potential of getting 27,000 or better every year? Yes, that's exactly what I'm telling you right now. I don't have to click a button. I don't have to get on no ladder. I don't have to knock on no doors. I don't have to get on no Zooms. I don't have to make no 3-way calls. You don't have to do nothing, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't want to. You purchase one time, you sit back and you get you some money. This is the type of money that's in this industry of banking. But we're doing one better. We're doing banking on the blockchain with cryptocurrency. This is where the world is going at, ladies and gentlemen. So now, I'm going to really mess you. What's Miracle Bank, ladies and gentlemen? We changed the name to Miracle Neo. What is Miracle Neo? Remember, I told you we are fintech banking. You're going to have the capability through our technology to wire yourself from your traditional bank, like Bank of America, Navy Federal, whatever, into your crypto wallet. That's never been done before. Y'all ain't hear me. It's called an IBAN. We're licensed and regulated in over 200 countries. Y'all not hearing me. Then you see number 4, we have the audacity to have our own reloadable crypto debit cards. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard me. We got our own reloadable crypto debit card. That's our second product. First product is a CPU node. Second product, debit cards. Ladies and gentlemen, let that sink in for a minute. Why? Because we just answered the question for 2 major issues. What's the 2 major issues, Mr. Meadows? I'm happy you asked. One issue that people are having in the world is companies are saying, how can we accept cryptocurrency? Miracle Pay answered that for them. You can partner with Miracle Pay and you can accept cryptocurrency. You don't have to pay for it. You don't have to change your POS system. You don't have to do any of that. Just plug in. Remember, we create our own switch. Our switch on a blockchain allows us to plug in different companies, ATM machines, POS system, brick and mortar exchanges, the internet exchange, and so many other products seamlessly. That was the first real world problem we answered. The second real world problem we answered is we have people in other companies that's on this Zoom who get paid in cryptocurrency. Wouldn't you like to tap, swipe, or insert without paying all them fees from Uniswap, Simple Swap, Metaterra, not Metaterra, MetaMask, Crypto.com, all those other places that charge you, Cash App, they charge you unbelievable fees just to spend some of your crypto. Guess what? We solved that problem too. Because we offer crypto debit cards. So not only, ladies and gentlemen, are we allowing businesses to accept crypto, we have the customers like us who can pay in crypto for a cheaper price and more perks. Just like Carlos Alvarez gave a perfect example. You know, you go to the gas station, they say if you pay with cash, it's cheaper than if you pay with credit card or debit card. They're going to have, if you pay in crypto, it's even cheaper. This is the level of business we're on, ladies and gentlemen. I need y'all to understand how deep that is. This is the next level of business on the blockchain. Let me tell y'all something. Nobody let us in but Miracle Cash through Bellator. Nobody let us in this $1 trillion industry. This is a $1 trillion industry that only those families are in because they created it. I need us to understand that. This is next level business, y'all. We have technology. It's not a physical node that you got to download to your phone and click it every day and then none of that. Then by us being on Web3, meaning the blockchain, we don't have to ask Miracle Cash or Bellator for nothing. What do you mean by that? You don't have to ask them for nothing. Your payment from your node or from when you share your link for your crypto debit card is going right to your decentralized wallet, MetaMask, who only you have control of. You have the numbers. The 12 phrases you control. What? I need us to get that. So you mean to tell me, Mr. Moses, this is an 8-year-old company who solved two real world problems. And if we purchase either product, you don't even have to ask them to withdraw our money. You don't even have to ask them to withdraw your money. In the next couple hours, I didn't say days, I said hours. They're switching our whole system to the blockchain. That's why some people was trying to buy Phoenix token today. We couldn't buy Phoenix token. Why? Because we're switching over to Web3. Ladies and gentlemen, everything you ever done with Miracle Cash, Cashflow NFT, Bellator, whatever, even if you lost your wallet, because we on the blockchain, everything that ever this company ever did is going to come up. And you just plug in and claim your NFT, claim your shares, claim your Phoenix token, claim your vesting. Everything is there. Nobody can ever say nothing about our company because everything is transparent. See, people didn't have patience. The people that just coming on now, oh y'all sweet. Y'all ain't go through none of the bumps and bruises. Why you think people like Robert and Carlos and all these leaders that we call the OGs? A lot of us shed tears for this company. A lot of us shed sweat. Like I'm talking about relationships was strained because we knew this point was coming. We knew we was going to get to this point of success. Ladies and gentlemen, we listen, it's no other way to say it. This company is a disruptor. We're literally disrupting the whole crypto industry. I'm talking about guaranteed. Because guess what? Nobody has this technology. Nobody has a payment technology where all the companies can plug into us. We plug into our core switch, and then they can literally accept cryptocurrency the same day. Y'all ain't hearing me. Then it's customers like me, like my friend Ty, he's a master trader. He trade cryptocurrency. He's getting a debit card because you mean to tell me I could just upload my crypto on the card and no matter where I'm at in the world, I can tap, swipe, or insert? Know what I told him? Ching, ching, tap, swipe, or insert. Ching, ching. That's what my shirt say. Tap, swipe, or insert. Ching, ching. Ladies and gentlemen, there's going to be people making millions just off the debit cards. Because guess what? Not only you'll get 7 levels deep. You're going to be getting people who share your link and they share the link, they share the link, and you're getting, every time somebody tap, swipe, and shirt, you're getting paid. Y'all not hearing me. And with the nodes, it's 15 levels deep. And let me tell you about attrition before we open up for question and answers because it's 10 after 12. Ladies and gentlemen, do you understand that you can build one more time here for the leaders? I'm talking to the leaders now. I'm talking to the builders, the wounded warriors. I'm talking to the people that gave up on network marketing or they're sick or I ain't gonna say sick like physically. I'm talking about they sick and tired of the BS. They're tired of having a name drug as if they own the company. I was one of them. I love startup companies because I know it's where a lot of the money is being made. But I got tired of grand opening and grand closing. I got tired of people not answering the phone when I call them because they're like, hey, what you doing now? But I never allowed them to get that thirst out of me, that light, that fire. Because I taste financial freedom. And once you taste financial freedom, you will do everything in your power to get it again. And now, for the first time, we can build a team right here with Bellator. And because of the technology that we have, there's no attrition. What is that? That's right. Y'all not hearing me. Listen to me. That's where no matter if everybody leave on your team, if everybody just say, you know what, I bought the node, but I got life. Life is going on, or they just leave. For some reason they quit. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? Your CPU node is still working every single day. What does that mean? Your check will not decrease. Because as long as those CPU nodes and people tap, swiping, and inserting, you getting paid whether somebody's looking at it or not. Because know why? The technology works without human interference. You know how powerful that is? That means not even the owner of this company can stop it. I'm gonna say that again. Not even the owner can stop it. I'm not laughing. This ain't no fluff. This is next level business. This is why these companies like Egenico, which is a $1 billion company, are locking arms with us. Because not only do they see that they're going to increase their sales, but they see the transparency. They see the security. They see that this company can't mess their brand up. You understand? So, ladies and gentlemen, understand this is next level business where they allow people like you and I to get a piece of $1 trillion industry. That means we can build one more time, just like Tyrone always said. When you got a chance to build a team, and then for some reason, life happens. We're getting older. See this gray hair? We're getting older. So that's true residual income. See, we never had true residual income in network marketing before. Know why? You remember them companies, oh, we got the new car, you got a BMW, long as you keep your rank. Soon you lose your rank because they ain't nobody on auto ship no more. You got to pay that car note yourself, sir. Uh, you lose your rank. You None of that happens here. None of that happens here. You will never lose your rank. You will never lose your residual based off your nodes. Why? Because it keeps going and going and going and going and going and going without human involvement. That's a mic drop right there. But I got one more again. We got a $50 million bonus pool for the top two positions in this company. When you make champion and leader, you split a $50 million bonus pool that the company put up the money. Y'all not hearing me. This is next level business. But for those of y'all who want to do numbers, let me tell you about this, then we're going to open up. Remember, I just told you men lie, women lie, numbers don't? Let's do some brief numbers. You see these nodes? We got a promotion right now that if you buy a $1,200 CPU node, the company is going to give you 3 additional ones, which makes a total of 4. I don't think y'all heard what I just said. Y'all not hearing me. I said the company put a certain amount of CPU nodes for promotion to the side. When the supply run out, I ain't got no, that's it. But for right now, until the 6th of July, the company said if you buy starting at a $1,200 CPU node, for every one you buy, we're going to give you 3 additional, which actually is 4 per $1,200. So if you buy the $1,200 CPU node right now today, guess what? You're going to get 4 of them in your back office immediately. Ladies and gentlemen, remember these numbers? At 10%, which I told you, 10% is a joke. But let's just go for 10%, just for our example's sake. Yeah, I'm whipping that calculator out. Y'all already know men lie, women lie, numbers don't lie. So that's 27,000 times 4 equals $108,000 every year for a one-time investment of $1,200? And this is just at 10%. I shouldn't have to say nothing else after this right here. But what if a person got $3,600 to invest? 3,600, that's 3 nodes, gives you 12 nodes. 27,000 times 12 equals $324,000 every single year at just 10%. I ain't talking about the airline. I ain't talking about the e-commerce mega company that's coming on board. I ain't talking about the 47 brick and mortars. I ain't even talking about Egenical's 2,500 payment apps. I ain't talking about none of that. I ain't talking about the crypto casino. I ain't even mentioned none of that. I'm just talking about the 4 companies we talking about that got 100 million POS systems right now. But what if, ladies and gentlemen, some of us got the 7-pack for 8,400? So if you get the 7-pack, that's 28 nodes. 27,000 times 28 equals $756,000 a year for an 84, what is 84 or $8,600 investment. What? Tell me where you're going to get these numbers at. It ain't in real estate. All these real estate gurus. I talked to my friend yesterday. I said, listen, bro, because he got property in Philadelphia. I said, man, you've been doing real estate I get it. I ain't knocking you. I'm telling you, you got to start allowing your money to work for you instead of you working for your money. Every day I see you get up, you fixing toilets, you fixing windows. When clients don't want to pay their rent, you got to evict them. You got to repaint your house. You got to do all that over again. So the money you made, a lot of it going back into getting your property ready for the next tenant. He said, I know, man, I'm tired of that, bro. He said, man, every time I make money, I lose it. He tired. I said, Warren Buffett said it best. If you don't learn how to make money while you sleep, you will work till you die. See, it sounds good when people say, oh, I got 4 properties, I got 6 properties. But you got to maintain those properties. I'm trying, ain't no maintaining these CPU nodes. You don't got to fix the CPU node. You don't got to oil the CPU node. You don't got to click. You don't got to get on the roof with the CPU node. You don't got to do none of that. You sit back, look at your back office, and just look at your money grow. That's that. I'm saying it playing, but I'm dead serious. And guess what? For the builders, I ain't even talking about the CPU nodes you're gonna get from your team. I ain't even talking about the money you're gonna get from your tap swipe and insert. I ain't even mention that. These numbers is just for the nodes. Ladies and gentlemen, it's a game changer. What we have has never been offered to layman's like you and I. Don't be offended by me calling us layman's because when it comes to this money, we layman's. This next level business right here. This is why these families are considered the 1%ers. There's only 1% of the world. They got so much wealth, nobody even comes close to them. They don't live by our laws. That's a fact. Because of this traditional banking system, for one. Guess what? We got that times 1,000. And Haken and Micah let us in the door. Y'all not hearing me. This is why I'm excited. This is why I put that shield on one more time. Because I was out of network marketing. I was tired of the people. I didn't even want to be called a network marketer because of the dishonor and disloyalty that's in this industry. But guess what we doing? Me, Derek Brown, Carlos, you name it. All the top leaders. If I don't mention your name, don't get offended. We bringing honor back, success back, and fun back to an industry that we all love. I'm learning from Tyrone. I'm learning from Gillis. I'm learning from these great leaders that's locking arms with us. Money Meek. I'm meeting unbelievable leaders that has something to bring. They putting their shield back on. Carolyn G. All these great leaders that's coming on, Robert. Understand what we talking about. We get ready not only change our lives, but the people that we love that's on our team. For the first time in network marketing, I can say and you can say, everybody on our team who buys a node is going to win and make money. Hands down. That's never before, that has never been able to be said in network marketing. Never. Never. Because nothing was as solid based off of it than us is based off of auto ship. Still buying packages. This ain't one of them. So, ladies and some I share. One is they're working right on that crypt that accept debit cards and credit cards notes. Technology. I was one of the testers today. We was testing the system. U.S.
Looks like your signal is trying to go out a little bit, Mr. Meadows. You may need to go out and come back in.